Oh, man, I'm pooped. I think this is like a heavy-set guy in the human world. That's far enough. I mean, when you strap in Kennewick at the Horse Heaven Rodeo, it's a great time. You can see, you can't be afraid to ride the animals. We've got no problem here. Legendary Longhorns from Sweet Home, Oregon. Incredible fair. We're going to have a great show, aren't we?
I am so excited, JJ. I am actually sitting on this Longhorn. His name is Shotgun. He's my little shotgun rider. And JJ over here, he's on Shogun.
Yep. Now, Shotgun, an interesting thing about Shotgun, if you push this button, Shotgun will buck. It's right down here.
Uh-huh.
I'm kidding. I tell you what, I am officially a Longhorn rider.
I'm a Longhorn rider. We're Longhorn riders.
All right, you're strapping in. Let's have some fun. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're back behind the scenes. We've strapped in Kennewick, Washington. The first guy we've run into is Dallin Duncan from Utah. And I'm going to tell you what, I've been going pretty hard down the road. I've seen this guy all over the place. What have the last 2 weeks been like for you, man? Where you been?
It's been pretty crazy. We've been everywhere. I started at Cody, Wyoming at the Champions Challenge. Went from there to Linden, Washington. And then there to Caldwell, Idaho. Back to Canby, Oregon. Coeur d'Alene's Extreme Bowls. And now we're back here.
So here's the deal, man. You just traveled further than most people traveling 5 years of their life, and you did it in like a week and a half. That's nuts, man. And I noticed you're rolling in a nice Ram truck with a Capri camper on there, and you got 3 guys rolling with you. So what's that like, rolling with 3 grown men that many miles down the road?
Oh, it's fun. I mean, you're going by yourself, probably wouldn't be very much fun. Do all that driving by yourself, but it helps split the drive time up, and I'm with fun guys, so it makes it fun, just laughing and driving down the road.
Okay, now I like that, but I got to dive into that, and then I'll let Tacey actually ask a question here. But what do they do that makes it fun? Who's the jokester, the prankster of the boat?
I would probably say Lon Danley is. He's always got something to say that'll make you laugh.
So with all that said, Dallin, you are 18th in the world standings, which means that you are riding the bubble. And what that means for cowboys and cowgirls is that they are right on the edge to making the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, which is right where you want to be. Tell me a little bit about your game plan that you have for the next couple weeks to end the rodeo season.
Yeah, like you said, that everybody wants to end up at the Wrangler National Finals. That's the year-end goal. And I mean, this time of year, it's hard. I mean, you get down here on the bubble like I am, and it can get frustrating. It gets you down. But I mean, I'm just going to go at every bull like I did the first part of the year. I mean, just going to try to slow everything down one bull at a time and just let the chips fall where they may.
Good luck riding the bubble for the rest of the season. We hope you get up there, and we'll see you at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo.
Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
This is a really fun, creative place. Between the Buns, crazy name, but also a crazy menu. I noticed that there was peanut butter on a hot dog.
Yes, we have our Wadi dog. It is a Polish sausage with peanut butter, bacon crumbles, and then we serve it with a side of maple syrup. It's kind of like breakfast in a bun. It sounds weird, but it's delicious. And we have hot dogs with chili and coleslaw for those from down south. So we do homemade coleslaw sauce, homemade mac and cheese sauce, just all kinds of good stuff. We wanted to have a dog that was particular to the Tri-Cities. So our Tri-City special is a sausage that's made with a local sausage and just kind of has like our favorite stuff on it. And then we had we just kind of had fun with it. We just found things like, there's people like Hawaiian pizzas. Let's do a Hawaiian dog. So we have like pineapple and bacon on a hot dog.
And I tell you what, when you go into a new town and you travel for a living, sometimes you got to get on what's called the internet. I know it's a new thing, just came out, but you guys, Melissa, have done an incredible job with your social media. It's exploded. All we did was we just Googled in fun restaurants in Kennewick, and bam, there you are. How have you been able to do that?
I think it's just a lot of community support, honestly. We try to be active with our posts and have a real active website and have our menu listed on a lot of the websites out there. But mostly it's the community that shares, the excitement of coming here and the quality of the food and stuff like that.
Well, they all sound delicious now that you've talked me into it a little bit. So I think I'm ready to try some. What about you, JJ?
Gotta have a dog. Always gotta have a dog.
Audio Jungle.
Coming up next, Kennewick's got a little hockey team called the Outlaws, and they've got open tryouts. We're going to see if Tacey can make the team.
Pond 5.
We are here in Kennewick, Washington, and I have the pleasure of being here with Neil Hines. He is the operations chief of the fire department in Kennewick, Washington. You went back on 9/11 and worked back there as the operations chief of the fire department. So tell me a little bit more about your job in New York.
Well, there are incident management teams in the country that go out and deal with large-scale disasters, like the large fires you see in California, the space shuttle recovery, hurricanes, and those types of things. That's the type of team I was on. We were requested by the city of New York to come back and support FDNY, the fire department, in a logistical support to give them the tools to do their job. So about 10 years later, Lamson Crane Inc., that is located here in the Tri-Cities, their family read an article that New York Port Authority was giving pieces of New York's trade steel to municipalities that wanted to build a memorial. So I was asked by our council to write a letter since I'd been back there during the recovery efforts. I wrote a letter requesting a piece of steel, and that's how it got back here. With a lot of hard work from Lamson Crane and a lot of volunteers and city workers, we now have a memorial in our city.
You know, I'm sure that Kennewick, Washington really appreciates this piece that you have here from the World Trade Center. Thank you so much, Neil.
Thank you. We're very proud to have a piece of steel here. And please, if you're coming through town, stop, pay your respects.
Pond 5. Pond 5.
We have the pleasure to be here with Shane O'Connell from Rapid City, South Dakota. He's a bareback rider and he's going to the big times. Shane, I just wanted to ask you, tell me about how you got started when you were 5 years old.
Well, I don't know if it's cool or not, but I'd probably never forget it. First rodeo I ever entered, got on a cap, and we didn't have helmets or vests or anything back then. It was kind of cool, and I got bucked off and stepped on, and yeah, it was the first time I've been to the ER too. So that's how my rodeo game got started. We've come a long ways. It's all good now.
So was that on a bareback course? You went to the emergency room, or was that just doing something else?
No, that was just a cap. That was just a cap. Little guy got me good.
This rodeo schedule sounds absolutely exhausting, and I'm sure you do get exhausted. So what keeps you driven, and why are you here? Why do you love this sport?
I crave bucking horses. That's one thing that keeps me going. I can look out the window and just dream being at the NFR and getting on good bucking horses and different rodeos and different places I get to go to. The people, my family, everybody helps me get down the road. It's awesome. Love it.
I'll tell you what, now I like your story a lot about getting wiped out by a calf. A lot of people look at bareback riding as the toughest event in rodeo. I mean, and I think it's a misconception when they talk about bull riding. I really think bareback riding is the toughest event in rodeo, and you can tell that because the number of bareback riding contestants is low across the nation right now. Why is that, man?
I don't know why everybody wants to be a bull rider. Bareback riding pays just as good, but yeah, we're low on numbers quite a few places, and I really don't know why. But that's not for everybody. It's tough. They can jerk on you pretty good, them horses, but I've rode bulls my whole life too, and I stick with bareback riding now, I guess.
One of the things that you mentioned, and I think a lot of people, you got to have a love for this sport. You got to have a love of this game because, dude, you're sleeping in a car for crying out loud.
Yeah, we do some pretty excessive things just to do what we love, but it ain't always easy. It gets pretty tough, but if you can make it to Vegas in December, that's kind of the goal, and it pushes a guy more than you think. Guy gets close. I got up to 15th there for a few days, and that made me even hungrier. You know, I'm wanting it now. I'll go to the extreme. So that's it. I love it.
I tell you what, man, I've had a ball. Good luck tonight. Kennewick's going to be good, deal. I got a good feeling about this. You're going to win the rodeo. You're strapping in. Hang on. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping in. We're here in Kennewick and we're at the Tri-City Outlaws Arena today and we're gonna do a little hockey. Now I'm gonna tell you what, I got some brand new skates on and here's the deal. It's open tryout day. That's right, y'all. JJ Harrison's gonna be the next sensation in hockey because I got it going on. We're gonna learn all kinds of fun stuff. We're gonna learn a little bit of hockey. We're gonna meet some players, but I gotta work on some things. Now, I will say this. Usually I travel with a partner. I have no idea where Tacey is at right now. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm gonna go find her. See you guys.
Well, I can't seem to find JJ, but I wound up here on ice skates in a hockey jersey, and I'm with the Tri-City Outlaws. I think you have some trouble on those skates, JJ. How do you feel the community has embraced you as well as the team?
Well, being here for the past 2 years, they've accepted me and all the boys here down here in Tri-Cities. It's a great community. All the fans love us and they come out and support us every night.
Are you going to go to college and play hockey, or are you going to go right to the professional league as the goalie?
I'm probably going to go to college, hopefully next year or the season after.
What team do you plan to play for?
I'm trying to get into Eastern Washington or CU Boulder.
Well, we wish you all the best of luck. Well, after watching you guys warm up, I think you guys are all going to go pro. Okay, JJ, are you ready to go shoot some pucks? Coming up on Strappin' In.
Me getting to be out here with my buddies and just rodeoing for a living, it's a dream come true.
Pond 5.
Here we are strapping in back behind the scenes in Kennewick, Washington still, and we run into a very cool thing. We've got Aaron Ferguson here. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Aaron before I let him even talk. This guy is the founder and CEO of Bullfighters Only. It is sweeping the nation. Every rodeo that has any kind of talent is bringing this guy in because it is bullfighters doing what we call the frosting on the cupcake, what everybody wants to see. Now, Aaron, you're coming to Kennewick. It's the first year. How do you think tonight went, man?
I thought it was awesome. We had some young talent, and Zach Call, he's been looking for his first win, and he came out and did it finally, so we're pretty excited for him.
So what gave you the idea to create Bullfighters Only?
I grew up in Canada. I grew up skateboarding and playing hockey. I wasn't really a cowboy. My family was into rodeo, but not so much me, and so when I finally did get involved with it, I kind of always kept that skateboarder aspect to me, and I was lucky enough to get to work the NFR a couple times, and the freestyle bullfighting thing, it's been around, but it's been underground for probably 15 years, and I always thought it'd be cool if I could add kind of a action sports skateboarding twist to it that people would grab onto it and we'd get a lot of publicity, and so we did that, and the snowball's just been rolling downhill ever since.
I think people are definitely hanging on to that. What points come from the bull and what points come for the cowboy, and how do they score that exactly?
Yeah, it's really similar to most other rodeo events. So it's 50 points for the bull, 50 for the fighter. The bull's judged on his aggression, his meanness, his speed, and his willingness to stay engaged with the fighter. The fighter, he's scored for his style, his control, the amount of time he actually spends in contact with the bull without running around like a madman or climbing on the fence or actually getting run over and hooked. So, the guys are going to want to try and make rounds, throw fakes, the same kind of moves you'd see boxers and football players do, and they'll actually jump over the bulls as well.
I actually got to see that tonight, jumping right over the bull. It was absolutely incredible, crazy to watch. I loved it. I think the fans will love it. I think it's going to bring a whole new aspect into rodeo that people are absolutely going to love.
what you've done is you've created a wave, and you've actually got the PRCAs all of a sudden trying to do bullfights again. But you've got to know, Aaron, that this whole thing started with you, and that's got to feel good, man.
It started from an idea, and an idea is one thing, but to actually be able to put it into motion is another. And it took a group of guys. We started a thing called the BFO Pioneer Project, where the top 15 bullfighters in the world all signed exclusive 3-year contracts with us, and in exchange for that, they all got equity. So we're all business partners, and it's a team effort, and that's why it's grown the way it has.
You got to strap in with the one and only Aaron Ferguson, bullfighter, NFR bullfighter, and founder CEO of one of my favorite things, the Bullfighters Only. Thanks for strapping in, y'all. Aaron, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it.
We are so lucky to be able to walk right up and see Sage Kimsey's rig right outside here in Kennewick, Washington. Very lucky to catch him and his girlfriend on this special day for him. It's actually his birthday today. Happy birthday, Sage.
Thank you.
You know, it's your birthday, so she flew out here to be with you. That takes a lot of work, and it makes rodeo unique. I want to hear a little bit about that.
It's definitely tough being on the road. It's been 4 weeks since the last time I've seen her, but I feel like we're pretty special as a couple because, we both understand that we're both chasing our own dreams right now, and, our lives, are on 2 separate roads, but, we can also still be together and still, be in a relationship. Modern technology has really helped because, every night we have a FaceTime calls where we get to see each other and, talk to each other quite a bit. So it's not as bad as it once was in the world of rodeo as far as being apart, but I was dang sure ready to see her whenever she flew up.
And so you're here for his birthday. When you have your own things going for yourself, how does that work? Like, how do you work that into your schedule, and where do your priorities stand with that?
Well, I think that when we first started dating, we both had and we were both in agreement that our careers come first because we're young, so we're chasing them, and we'd be there for each other through all of it and cheer each other on. So it's pretty neat to have him, during off season, he was there for all my Fox News stuff. And then right now I have a book that I'm writing, which is chaotic because every day I'm on the phone with editors, and then Sage is cheering me on from the road. We might be 1,000 miles apart, but we make it work, and it's not too bad, actually. There's people in the military that don't see their spouses or their boyfriends or girlfriends for months at a time, so I can't imagine how hard it is for them. But I think we're a pretty good team overall.
It seems like it. So tell me a little bit about traveling in this rig, who you usually travel with, if you always, on occasion get to have Alexis with you, but if you don't have her, who do you like to have with you on the road?
It's just been me and Joseph McConnell this year. It's just a little 24-foot RV, so it's not like there's just oodles of room in here, but it works perfect for what we do. Whenever we have those all-night drives, one of us can be back here laid out getting good sleep, and then the other one up driving, and switch off to where it makes the road a little easier. We're putting on over 100,000 miles a year and traveling 200 plus days out of the year. So, when Alexis gets to come up, we have plenty of room for her stuff and a place.
You have to make room, right? You have to make room for her stuff.
Definitely, but got a shower, bathroom, everything. It really is just a little home on wheels for us.
You've made such a career for yourself at such a young age. So what's next for you? I mean, you've made it to the top. What's next?
I love getting to live the life I do. This is all I've ever dreamed about, is being a professional cowboy and being a professional bull rider. And I just enjoy every day of getting to do this. There's definitely trials and tribulations. It's not a lifestyle that's really cut out for everyone, or that anybody can just jump into and really just find the passion and the joy that I do in everyday life of being on the road. But I plan to rodeo at least until I'm 30. My plan setting out was to win 10 world titles, and I've got 2 under my belt, hopefully a 3rd one this year. I wouldn't trade, what I do for anything in the world. It's all I've ever wanted to do. So it really is, me getting to be out here with my buddies and just rodeoing for a living. It's a dream come true.
Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes with us tonight and just having a chance to really sit back and get to know you guys as real human beings. We truly appreciate that and appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Pond 5.
Coming up on Strapping In. If I can get a free ride, will you ride the bull?
I'll ride the bull.
Seriously?
Pond 5.
where's the cotton candy gonna be?
Over here.
Use your senses. Over where? That's so awesome. Now, is this a Seahawk?
Yep.
You're a Seahawks fan, huh?
Yep.
What if I told you I'm a 49ers fan?
I'll say no.
Okay, all
Says
right.
no, JJ.
I'll say no. No way.
I'm Thomas. How you doing?
All right, Thomas, here's the deal. Of the two of us, looking at both of us, who's going to have a better chance of making the basketball?
Thank you. He's correct.
That's called sucking up is what that is.
And,
I think it was a weird angle.
I think rodeo's our sport.
You're the man, brother. Yeah, we're rodeo
you.
people, obviously. How about this? How about this right here? Bull rides, $10. I bet if I can get a free ride, will you ride the bull?
I'll ride the bull.
Seriously?
Pond 5.
Next time on Strappin' In, we get to check out JJ behind the scenes and see his job as a rodeo entertainer. I also get the chance to check out the Yakima Indian Village and learn a little bit of dancing and beat the drum. Get ready, we are strapping in.